Welcome to October in the USL Championship. Tonight's match coming to you from FIU Stadium in Miami, Florida. Miami FC playing host to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Tonight's match is presented by Helbiz with former MLS and USL head coach Martin Rennie. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Big playoff implications tonight, not so much for getting into the playoffs, more so for seeding. And looking at the Atlantic Division standings right now, Pittsburgh sitting in that second spot, but Miami right below them with a game in hand. They're 3 points back. So if they can get a win tonight, that would go a long way in helping them get that home playoff game in the first round. So these two teams, they've already played twice this season. Both of them were up in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we have seen some really exciting matches that Pittsburgh is yet to win.
Yeah, that's actually a little bit of a surprise. It's excellent for Miami FC to have gone to Pittsburgh and to pick up a win and a tie. To get 4 points on the road against Pittsburgh's fantastic. And now they'll be looking to take advantage of that at home and capitalize on that great work that they've done away from home. Obviously for the Riverhounds, they're looking to make sure that they make up for those home games where they didn't quite get what they were looking for.
So the first of 2 home games for Miami FC this month against Pittsburgh. And looking at this Miami attack, it seems like you don't know where the goals are going to come from because there's so many good attacking players.
Yeah, it's a very fluid attack. They don't necessarily have one focal point that they rely on, but there's a number of players stepping up with goals, very balanced scoring amongst their team, and that's a very hard thing to defend against if you're the opponent, because you're not exactly sure if we close this one guy down, there's a few others who can do damage.
So this Miami FC side coming off a 6-goal outing last time against Loudoun and trying to get back on the score sheet again tonight against this Pittsburgh side. On Pittsburgh side, Alex Dixon, this goal he scored to equalize, one of the best you'll see.
Yeah, fantastic strike. Waits till the ball comes down. He follows it well with his right foot and strikes it right into the top corner. Excellent goal, and he's having a fantastic season. He's dangerous, not only scoring goals, but getting assists.
So that just about gets us set for first kick tonight. We are in for a fun one in South Florida. Can Pittsburgh finally notch that first win over Miami? Or will Miami FC continue their hot run against the Riverhounds? Lineups in first kick are next.
This is a football city. From the grassroots to the turf. From the streets to the cleats. We are proud to represent this city. We are proud to represent Miami. We are proud to represent you. Your community, your club.
Back here in Miami, building up to first kick. Tonight's match presented by Hellbiz. Miami FC playing host to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. A look at Paul Dalglish's starting 11 presented by Hellbiz.
Yeah, same lineup as last week where they scored 6 goals, so they'll be looking to repeat the same. Obviously a much tougher challenge against Pittsburgh, but they're playing well. They're a fluid team with a lot of goal scoring opportunities, or a lot of guys who can put the ball in the back of the net.
So many options in this 11 for Miami. On the other side for Pittsburgh, it's Alex Dixon right back in that starting 11.
Yeah, Dixon and Cicerone, two of the main guys you're looking for, scoring goals and dangerous, and especially on the counter-attack. Look out for them.
So those lineups presented by Hellbiz. And we are pretty much ready to go. It is, of course, Pittsburgh in the black and yellow, Miami in the familiar blue and orange. Tonight's referee, Ekaterina Koroleva. She sends us on our way, and we are underway from FIU Stadium here in Miami. A big match for playoff seeding in the Atlantic Division. It's so crucial to get that second spot in the division because that's a home game in the first round of the playoffs. So that is up for grabs tonight. We showed you the standings coming into tonight. Of course, Pittsburgh has played one more game. Miami is 3 points behind the Riverhounds. That can be made up here tonight. So a lot on the line between these two sides. And of course, it was Miami with the 6-1 win over Loudoun United the other night. There's a foul in the middle. It'll be a free kick going Miami's way. On the other side, Pittsburgh, they were bouncing back and forth with Charleston. Quite the exciting match last Saturday at Highmark Stadium in Pittsburgh. 3-3 in the end, and of course Dixon scored that beautiful goal to finish things off and get the 1 point on the night.
Yeah, it's that exciting time of the season where every game is important and where you can make a big difference to your playoff opportunities, either not only getting into the playoffs, but where you get into the playoffs, which is ultimately very important when it comes down to hopefully making a run and going on to even win a championship. So I'm excited about this game. I'm looking forward to it. Two very good teams, excellent coaches, very experienced, lots of good players on the field, lots of players with extensive experience in the USL, guys who've won it all and who'll be looking to do it again.
I remember just going back to the last time these two teams played, and play will be stopped with another ball on the field. Paul Dalglish was talking about the admiration he had for Bob Lilly. It was actually nice to see them have a little conversation coming on and off the field in that game in Pittsburgh. I'm sure there was similar here tonight, but it's two really good minds going at it.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of respect between all the coaches in the USL. Coaches know just how much work it is to be a coach, and so there's often a lot of respect for each other, and that's good to see.
Get back onside! Get onside quicker!
Well, let's take a look at tonight's injury report. It is presented by Atlantic Rehabilitation Center. Still those 3 injuries for Pittsburgh. Although Jalen Robinson healthy enough to make the bench tonight, not the starting 11, they are still without their striker Albert Dequa tonight, and that is why it is Tommy Williamson who gets the start up top tonight. And here's Dixon leading the first break of the night, and he'll find Williamson. Now it's Wheat and Griffin. Still Dixon, good ball to find the space. It's Forbes, scores! A great start for the Riverhounds on the road. Didn't take long for King Kenny.
What a strike. We've been talking about Cicerone, Dixon, but you can't be sleeping on Forbes. Game after game, season after season, Forbes is the man for Pittsburgh, and what a start to the game. Great run, diagonal run in behind, and he just rifled it into the top corner.
All started through Alex Dixon. Look at that little chip over the top.
Yeah, excellent ball behind, but what a finish. I think from the Miami perspective, they'll be a bit disappointed with the defending. It looks like a midfielder who hasn't been tracked. There wasn't a lot of pressure on the ball that allowed that pass to be picked out a little bit more easily. So what a start to the game.
And quickly back the other way! Miami scores! Just seconds after the Riverhounds score, Miami equalizes. It's Lamar Walker. Here we go.
Wow, what a start to the game. I told you in the beginning, Josh, I was excited for this game. Been looking forward to it all day, but I could not have envisioned a start like this. Who could?
What a start to this one inside of 4 minutes. Here's another look at it, straight off the opening kickoff. Quick ball over the top and bang.
Yeah, excellent finish, bouncing ball. It's not an easy finish. Pittsburgh didn't read the ball over the top. They didn't drop quickly enough, and that one ball beat all three centre backs, really. It just lodges it right in the bottom corner. So we've seen two fantastic finishes and two great goals within really the first 3 minutes of the kickoff.
That goal brought to you by Hellbiz. I guess we'll go back to the first goal first for Kenardo Forbes, his 4th goal on the season. The assist goes to Alex Dixon. That is now his team-leading 8th goal. And for Miami FC, that's a Lamar Walker goal. It's his 6th on the season. And quickly, here come the Riverhounds again. Wharton and McFarlane sends this airborne. Here's Dixon again, trying to split the lines. Luba got his foot in. And I guess it's a good time to tell you, Pittsburgh, when they score first, they are so good this season. They are 12-1-3 when they score first, but 2 of the 4 times they have dropped points was against this Miami team. They got the first goal, and now we're back to square one.
Yeah, and also I wonder when they score the first goal if they have ever lost one quite as quickly as that straight away. So I mean, it really cancels out that first goal right away. It's almost like doesn't really have much of an impact on the game because it's all square, and really we're just getting started.
And quick goals in this series, it's nothing new. Going back to the last time these two teams met, Kenardo Forbes scored one in the 50th minute. Francois came back with one in the 52nd. And then just minutes later, Speedy Williams scored, not minutes, seconds later, in the 53rd minute. So quick goals in this series, it's nothing new.
Yeah, it's a great matchup. Both teams going for it, both teams dangerous. Pittsburgh, I think at the moment, are playing in a back 4. We're so used to seeing them in a back 3 or a back 5. But I think they probably want to get an extra number into midfield, because the way that Miami FC play, they don't, as we talked about, have that out-and-out striker. Their strikers come from wide positions and make diagonal runs inside. So probably Bob Lilley's looking at getting a little bit more pressure in the midfield, which means having one less defender than he normally has, or you could say one more than he normally has. But let's keep an eye on that, because it's quite fluid. But quite a lot of the time it looks more like a back 4, with Weed getting quite high on the right-hand side like a right back. So we'll see how that plays out.
And here comes Pittsburgh into the attack again. The switch of play for Shane Wheat. Scored his first goal of the season last week against Charleston. Griffin switches the play again. Forbes puts his right foot through this. He wasn't too far away. It did take a deflection. And the first corner kick of the night to Pittsburgh.
Well, Forbes is in the mood tonight, isn't
Sure
he?
is.
What a start. Known for his assists, but he can strike the ball well, and he comes up with some important goals.
I'm talking with Bob Lilley before the Charleston game. He said Forbes been playing a little bit higher up the field, and maybe that's a reason for his increased goal scoring. Now up to 4 on the season, and he stands over this corner kick.
Yeah, a very key player for the Riverhounds.
The outswinger towards the back post, headed back into the middle. Williamson was trying for something acrobatic like the assist from last Saturday. Didn't quite come off. All the way back to Vitiello.
And going back to Forbes, he's a guy who picks up really wherever there's space. He's the guy who'll go, for example, if there's space deeper, he'll often drop deep to get in good positions. Thought Paco Craig was going to misplay that one, but he got away with it. Or if there's space high up, he's a guy who'll go and find that space high up. But I think at the moment, the Riverhounds are looking for him in that more offensive position. But I think he'll flow wherever he needs to get on the ball and to dictate as much of the tempo of the game as he can.
Our on-field microphone is right in between the two benches, and these are, let's just say, 2 of the more vocal coaches in the league, so it'll be interesting to see what their instructions are throughout the evening.
Absolutely, yeah. You get some good insight from both of these guys, and it looks there again like that back four, and then also matching up in the midfield, which is an area that Miami have a lot of players centrally, and so I think Pittsburgh looking to match up there so that they don't get overrun in that position. So some tactical tweaks on show already, and I think probably with Pittsburgh not having got a win yet against Miami FC this season, they maybe make some changes.
Martinez trying to drive through the middle. Space out on the left, couldn't find Forbes, and Walker couldn't latch onto the through ball.
Martinez did very well there, but he'll be disappointed with his final pass because it was wide open on the left-hand side, and I feel like there's a little weakness there. We saw it with the first goal, just down the right-hand side of the Pittsburgh back line, and perhaps that's partly because they're changing from that back three that they're more used to, and perhaps to what looks more like a back four at the moment.
Here's Dixon. Akinyode went down, but gets back to his feet. Pittsburgh looking forward again. Little give and go. And the shot is out of play. It was Russell Cicerone, team leader in goals, finding himself in a good scoring position.
Yeah, he's having a very good season. He likes playing on the left and favors coming in on his right. So that's the kind of position there that he really likes to be in and that he's very dangerous in. So he'll be probably a little disappointed that he didn't hit the target there, but him, you know, Cicerone coming in off that left-hand side on his right foot is something to look out for, and he's scored a lot of his goals this season from that position, but definitely having a great season. A talented player, very competitive, very hard-working, and good to see him doing well.
Coming into this game, he was the team leader in goals, still is, and he was also the co-leader in assists, but Alex Dixon has since taken that away from him. Sparrow has to retrieve this in the corner. Martinez just able to poke it wide, and it's Billy Forbes. Low cross in, comes all the way through, and Francois just could not put his laces through it. It's saved.
Pittsburgh defense at 6s and 7s here is not normal. They're usually so solid defensively, but that's a great chance. Ball right across the face there. Such an open game.
Here's Williamson. I'm not complaining about that.
No, it's great to see. Great for the neutral, and we come into that category.
Williamson. Dixon looking in field. Dixon! Up and over the bar. It did take a deflection out. Corner kick, Pittsburgh.
You don't want to be giving Dixon that much room in the box the way he's playing. He's done well there.
Again, it will be Kenardo Forbes. Scored on a set piece a week ago against Charleston. Here's the in-swinger. Sparrow able to push that away. He went down, and the play is stopped for a free kick.
Feels like the first chance we've had to catch our breath so far
A little bit
in this game.
Go ahead, trainers.
A big collision there. Mikel Williams, Connor Sparrow in goal.
The official transportation partner of Miami FC.
Yeah, two big lads. You wouldn't want to get stuck in the middle of that.
Miami FC USL
Hopefully they'll be fine. I think they probably will be.
Fans, make sure to use the discount code Miami FC on the Helpers app to save on your next e-scooter ride.
Another look at it here. It was put into a dangerous area.
Yeah, it looked like a knee into the solar plexus of Sparrow, but they both felt it. Unless there was a knock to the head as well. Yeah, maybe some blood there, is there? So maybe there was an elbow or an arm in there as well, and as a knee.
A lot of big bodies in there.
A lot going on at one time. They'll just take their time and get Sparrow cleaned up.
And Paul Dalglish said about that Loudoun game last time out. Of course, things go well when you win 6-1. They had 5 different goal scorers. He thought the performance was good, but he thought Loudoun a little bit played into their hands, and that allowed them to really push that score line up to 6-1. And when you look at goal difference with how close things are right now, getting a win such as that is very important. That's Brian Silvestre, who is getting prepared to potentially come on.
I don't think they're going to make a change here, but I might be wrong. Let's just wait and see. They're definitely making sure he's ready if they need him, but I think Sparrow will be okay to continue. But let's keep an eye on it. Brian Silvestre, a player I coached many years ago in Vancouver when he was a young player coming up. So it's great to see how he's gone on and had an excellent career, been playing in the USL and the NASL and the MLS for many years now. So taking a seat again, as I suspected, but maybe we'll see him at some point. You never know.
Also got a chance with the Haitian national team in the Gold Cup this summer. Really good opportunity. And of course, back in his home area here in South Florida, originally from Hollywood, just up the road. Here's Griffin. Gonna get over the head of Speedy Williams, who again was called into Jamaican national team camp for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers. One of those against the United States will be in Austin on Thursday. This comes centrally. And the switch of play for Dixon. Alex Dixon gets the cross away. It was a bit too far out in front of Canardo Forbes.
Yeah, he did well there, taking his man on, getting the ball across, but the angle and also the height of the ball just made it too difficult for anyone to get on the end of that one. Going back to Speedy Williams, Paco Craig, I think they're 2 really key players for Miami FC. Players that have won the USL Championship in their time at Louisville and I think at New York Red Bulls for Speedy. But not only excellent players, very athletic, very commanding, but also really good leaders, guys in the locker room who can really make an impact on an entire team and on its culture. And so I think they've been really important factors in Miami's season. They signed so many new players in the off-season, it's difficult to get them to gel. But with a couple of good leaders like that, it can happen a lot quicker. And I think that Miami have had the benefit of that.
And Paco Craig, a big part of that, what Paul Dalglish calls the leadership committee or leadership group for this Miami FC side. He was the one that committed the foul, and will set up the free kick here for Pittsburgh. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com.
Yeah, it's settling in a bit to more normal formation with the back 3 for the Riverhounds. Dixon really on the right-hand side, being given a lot of room to roam, but obviously if he gets high up the field in an attack, then there might be some space in behind him that could be exploited by Miami FC. Although, as we said, they don't really play their wingers very wide, they play them a little bit more narrow, so at times they might want to see if they can make those runs in behind the space that Dixon leaves if he is caught up the field.
Quixote nearly won that back, and now here comes Pittsburgh. Dixon up ahead. Gets the ball from Cicerone to the end line. Luba deflected out for a corner kick. Another one for the Riverhounds.
Yeah, they're really attacking this inside right channel. That's where their first goal came from, and they've had a couple of other opportunities from that. Pittsburgh on top at the moment.
It's interesting that both teams have already scored a goal. We always say goals change games, especially an early one, but they were so quick it canceled each other out. It's basically like it's 0-0 again.
Yeah, it really is. Before Pittsburgh had any chance to enjoy the goal, Miami were celebrating one.
Now Forbes trying to get another one here for Pittsburgh. It's headed away. Dixon able to keep it in. The shot bouncing through. And now Miami will look for some open field, and they do get it through the middle. And too far out in front of Billy Forbes.
Yeah, these are moments where Miami are very dangerous. They've got a lot of pace, good precision in their passing. Just a little bit off there, but they are very dangerous on these counterattacks, and that's something to watch out for.
There's Speedy Williams for Francois.
Speedy Williams, such a good player, I think. He's got the ability to control tempo, pass well, but just so good at winning the ball back, and he covers so much ground so quickly. And that allows Miami to send quite a lot of players forward. At times it's really a front four. And when you've got Speedy Williams and Akinyodi in behind that group, they've got that insurance policy there that they know they can cover the ground and do it well.
And here Bob Lilly say, go and get in the box. Cicerone and Williamson up there as the ball rotates around on the left. Wharton tries to head it forward. Eventually settled by Williams, and back to Vitiello. There's that pressure from Williams, trying to win it back there in the middle. A bit too eager. I think it's tangled up with Wharton.
Yeah, two excellent competitors in the middle of the field there. Looked like there was some boots flying around. Not sure if someone got caught with that one. See the referee with a yellow card in hand. But really, it's just two guys going after the ball, I think. Although there's a little kick out there. Got to be careful with that, Wharton.
A yellow card has been issued.
A yellow card to Ariel Martinez. Looked like he came in and tried to talk to the referee. Must have been for dissent. Nonetheless, he is into the book.
I think he was a bit aggressive in his complaint there, but I think he may have seen Wharton's foot being kicked out a little bit, which
yeah.
I think other people missed, and he really wanted to probably make that point to the referee. Unfortunately for him, it backfired, but that could have gone either way, and when you're in those situations, you've got to be careful, because you swing your leg like that and you catch someone in the face, or you could be in trouble, in big trouble.
Griffin maybe thought he was pushed from behind.
Good opportunity here.
Here's Francois. Forbes, Martinez in the middle. Francois will roll this through for Martinez. Trying to get the return, and was cut off. Jelani Peters stepping in.
Good defending there by Peters, because that was a dangerous moment. 1v1 created wide, but he handled it well. And he will need to, because I think those are going to come up as this game goes on. Game's settling down a little bit now. Fewer chances in the last few minutes, but it couldn't continue quite the way it was. Although we'd love it if it did.
Space for Forbes. Slip through Williamson, and saved by Sparrow. Maybe a bit of a surprise the flag stayed down there.
It is a surprise, but he may have timed that perfectly. It was a good diagonal run, an excellent weight of pass, and he'll be wishing that he could have pulled that across the goalkeeper into the corner, because that's a good chance. Yeah, Williams and Akinyodi are really key for Miami, because they're given a lot of ground to cover with really 3 or 4 players being left up in high transition positions where if the ball turns over, they can be off to the races, but if it doesn't, their numbers down at the back, Miami. And if you didn't have guys like Williams and Akinyodi, you'd be struggling to do that. But you've got, Miami have got them, so might as well make the most of it and be as dangerous as possible with those attacking players that have, as we talked about earlier, have really shared the goals around the front line here. Not one guy in particular, but a number of guys being dangerous.
4 players with 5 or more goals. It is Francois leading the way with 9 goals for this Miami FC side. They've gotten them really from all over the place. Chapman Page and Paco Craig have 2 each as well. Speedy Williams has 3 goals. Akinyode's chipped in a goal. Adonai Jarit. I mean, there's so many options for this Miami side.
Yeah, a lot of that comes from the way they play, because they play their forwards slightly wider, making runs inside. And the central player that you would maybe look at, say like Martinez, he plays almost what you would call a false 9 position at times. And when they've got Walker and Martinez, they actually both play in that kind of number 10 position. And then they're looking for diagonal balls in behind for runs from Forbes and Francois. And you look at Francois, who's a wide player scoring 9 goals. That's a sign of their system really suits him, suits these other guys too.
First corner kick from Miami played short, and Walker's cross is blocked down. And Paul Dalglish, with the amount of new players that were brought in, he said the biggest thing was just patience and waiting for kind of the style of play to come around, the performances to come around. He really thinks his side is peaking here at the right moment of the season. This is when you want to do it, coming into the final month. Just a few games left.
Yeah, shows his experience there, because sometimes when things aren't quite clicking the way you want, you make adjustments, you change formations, you change personnel, and then before long you've got nothing to rely on. But he's kind of stuck with it, mainly the same players playing, same kind of ideas, same kind of system most of the time. And then over time, you start to build relationships on the field. Players understand their roles more, and then they can start to play more automatically rather than trying to think about what system we're playing, what am I meant to be doing. If that's changing week to week to week, then the players never really get in that rhythm or in that flow. But they're getting in it now, and as you rightly say, this is the right time of the season to do that. And they are doing well, but some crucial games coming up, and tonight really being one of them.
Pittsburgh trying to play through that Miami pressure. Griffin calm on the ball, now receives it, and there's room to work through the middle.
Griffin, very underrated player, but he's there almost always first on the team sheet for Bob Lilly, I think, and just consistently goes about doing his job well.
He played as more of a 10 in college at Providence, and has moved deeper in the midfield since coming to Pittsburgh. Billy Forbes, a step over, the cross, right to Vitiello.
And that's the downside of not having that focal point in the box, because that's not a bad ball. And if you had a traditional number 9, they'd probably be looking to make a near post run there. So with any system, with the things that you gain, you always lose a little something somewhere.
Cicerone, the whistle comes. And Chapman Page not pleased. I think that's in conversation with the AR, and this might be a yellow card.
Yeah, that was a little over aggressive. I'm not sure if he's looking for an offside there, I'm assuming, but I think he's throwing the AR in jail for a parking ticket there. Time to calm down.
A long conversation here.
Yeah, and the referee here should just get the card out and move on. She's in charge. He's not, and he's got to get, he's still talking to the AR. He's got to watch that. Just move on with the game. Control the things you can control.
So Chapman Page into the book for this. I was almost surprised that advantage wasn't played there.
I don't think it was for that. I think this is a free kick for Miami. Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure what went on, but it was a free kick against Cicerone for the challenge on Chapman. But what happened after that? Your guess is as good as mine.
Exactly. All right, now we're back playing again. That's the most important thing. Well, all eyes turn to the Atlantic Division when the USL on ESPN continues. It'll be, actually, pardon me, the Central Division against the Mountain Division, Lou City and New Mexico United tomorrow, 3 Eastern on ESPN 2. It'll be a fun one, East versus West.
Yeah, Lou City back playing at home in that one. They'll be looking forward to that. They've been on their travels a lot recently, so they'll be looking forward to being back in their magnificent stadium.
Dixon to the back post, and Chapman Page there to head it out of play.
Oh, he had to get a touch on that, and he did. I think it was Bernardo Forbes coming in right behind him. Good ball from Dixon. Excellent area. Yeah, it was Forbes right there.
Here's Forbes, another in-swinger. A lot of bodies in that 6-yard box area, and skids out for a goal kick.
Miami doing well getting the ball from one side to the other there, because there was a lot of numbers around the ball on the left-hand side. They got out of that pressure, and now there's a chance.
Here's Walker. Potentially numbers here for Miami. Walker out of play.
Very frustrating decision making there by Walker. He had options right and left. He's got to slide him in. Francois, I think it is on the right. Oh no, Francois plays him through. He's got an option left, but the option on the right was wide open. That's the kind of decision that's annoying when you're a coach, because I would imagine that's something that they work on a lot, is getting one of those number 10s turned in that area, driving at the back line, making them narrow off, and then sliding in the wide forward to go and get their goal, and that didn't happen there. Shot from a poor angle, not well executed. So something that could definitely be improved on for Walker, although he is doing well this season and he's showing glimpses of what he's capable of.
Yeah, 5 goals. This is 21st appearance for the young Jamaican, who did play in the Gold Cup as well for the Reggae Boys. Quick passing from Pittsburgh. The final pass not quite there. Now McFarlane. It was McFarlane who was credited with that assist on the Lamar Walker opener for Miami. That is McFarlane's first assist on the season.
Yeah, it was that long ball from right to left diagonally behind the Pittsburgh defense, and rightly gets the assist for that one. Not a goal you would expect Pittsburgh to lose, so they're usually very good at dealing with long balls. They drop early, take away the space behind, but on that occasion they didn't. Perhaps concentration lapse after scoring such an early goal.
Now it's Forbes. It's a crafty little flick from Williamson, but not on the same page.
Pittsburgh looking to shape it to one side, and generally when it is on one side, without getting switched, then usually Pittsburgh pick it off because they have a lot of numbers on that side of the ball. Should have done better there though with that first ball out. You see how narrow they are to one side, so many bodies around the ball, and it's difficult to get good, comfortable possession on that side of the field. There will be space on the other side, but it's hard to get it out there sometimes, as you can see here. They're trying to, but there, that was a chance. Pop it out to Paco Craig, and you could have been out of that pressure instead of playing it on the side where the pressure is. Again, you'll see similar here.
So it's more horizontal passing more than over-the-top vertical passing to beat this Pittsburgh side.
Well, obviously the long ball got them a goal.
Fair.
So that is unusual though, because usually they deal with that long ball really well. But there is options to switch and then get behind, and I think that would be something if Miami want to really get control of the game. Just be a bit more patient side to side, and then opportunities will open up. And if you can't get in, at least you'll be higher up the field and have a chance to counter press and keep the pressure high like this here. So maybe now if you can't get in right away, go out to the other side where there is space. You can see a good picture of it there. So many bodies for Pittsburgh on the ball side of the field.
This will set up a free kick for Miami. Here's another look at the foul.
Yep. Dangerous position, corner of the 18-yard box.
It's the captain, Ariel Martinez, stands over this set piece opportunity. Martinez clips this in, goes over the head of Chapman Page and out for a goal kick. If you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Meola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watson, Devin Kerr, every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. You can also hear live action from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the app.
See the space on the other side there, and if they can move it from side to side a bit more, there'll be more openings for them. It's got to be done quickly, but Miami's starting to be in the ascendancy now and look to take advantage of that.
Francois there on the turn. Cicerone able to find an outlet. It's Williamson. Dixon able to get it wide for Cicerone. Options in the middle, early cross in. Deflected away as far as Dixon. Cicerone got himself back on side. His cross towards the near post. It's Wharton, his shot is blocked. He couldn't get it out wide enough for Dixon, and Miami can clear.
Yeah, good defending there. Paco Craig well placed a couple times there. There's the space, you see. Really want him to be driving and then sliding the wide man in. Not a lot in the middle. Find that wide player. He's had a couple of, not easy opportunities, but opportunities just to slide that wide man in. Give Francois the chance on the right-hand side. Forbes on the other side to get in.
It was too far away from the spot.
And Cicerone cannot believe that the referee blew that whistle for that foul. Here it is again.
Well, he's not got much argument there. Obviously, players do argue, but
he was lunging.
Yeah, I don't think he got much of the ball there, unless I'm missing something. Quite a convincing arguer, though.
Miami tried to play quick. You could hear the fourth official in the background say, though, ball just too far away from the foul. Three options: Walker, Williams, Martinez. It'll be Lamar Walker to play this in. Peters and Vitiello crashes with Paco Craig and makes the catch. As Vitiello, who remains down for a moment.
Trainer. Trainer.
Yeah, both players challenging for the high ball. Goalkeeper's always going to get the benefit of the doubt there. Hopefully nothing too major, but probably hurts a bit. Wouldn't be surprised as well if he's taking the chance just to slow the game down slightly. Miami have been in the ascendancy. Riverhounds away from home, coming up not too far from half-time, so good experience there.
And this first half has flown by. And it started off with 2 goals within 51 seconds of each other. The opener from Pittsburgh. And then the equalizer just 51 seconds later by Lamar Walker. Forbes with a great start to this match for the Riverhounds, notching that opener. Forbes deflecting back through the middle. Craig had to clear that quick.
You can see what he's trying to do there, and it's probably the right idea. Try and get in behind the back line again, but just the angle of the pass wasn't quite right there.
Forbes, a heavy touch. Now it's Francois. What a turn back in field. Akinyode. Now Williams. Switch of play for Luba. He's able to keep it and find Forbes. Billy Forbes cuts this into the middle. Walker couldn't bring that in.
That's the pass we're talking about, though, driving with the ball, then sliding the wide man in. It'd be interesting to see if Miami FC would put their wingers really wide. Would Pittsburgh be able to defend the full width of the field with 3 players? And if they did that, there would be spaces for the Miami midfielders to run in through the gaps. So something maybe to look out for, because the front 2 players, the wide players for Miami are really the 2 forwards, but when they're really wide, they're quite wide here, then it forces Pittsburgh to drop another man into the back line because it's just too big of a space to cover. So if Francois and Forbes could just really hug the touchline for a little bit, I think it might open up some spaces. And certainly as things are going, Miami are really getting on top here.
Martinez. Too much on that, trying to play it through for Walker.
Yeah. Straight balls through are difficult, especially on AstroTurf. The ball slides through really quickly, but using a little bit more of the width, getting those two wide players on the ball and giving them the chance to take people on or make that run inside could be very dangerous. It's really like, it's almost like a front 4 for Miami, and it's quite narrow. They could stretch that back line out a bit because Dixon isn't really going to be coming back too much as a wing back. It's going to be higher up looking to attack. Nice pass there, good little split pass, good skills.
Vera. It's Dixon who was tripped. Referee will let play go on with the advantage for Pittsburgh. Cicerone, and it's touched out of play by Paco Craig.
Probably could expect a bit of stoppage time in this end of this half, just with the injuries we've had. Trainers have been on a couple times to see the goalkeepers.
So a little bit more than the 80 seconds remain. Corner kick for Forbes. Sparrow has to push this away. It's as far as Walker. There's that switch of play, just trying to help it on. Forbes, Martinez, Miami in transition again. It's Ariel Martinez, and Vitiello able to keep it out.
Excellent save, good play. This is what we've been talking about on the counter-attack. So much pace and quality for Miami.
Well done! Well done!
And then going the other way, another chance coming for Pittsburgh now.
Good start to this half, might be a good finish as well. Cicerone playing this through. Chapman Page and Craig able to clear it away. Francois running at Peters.
Peters is doing well against him 1v1 though.
And we get into 3 minutes of stoppage time presented by the Miami FC Youth Academy. Visit miamifc.com/academy to register to the only academy in Miami connected to a professional team. All Chapman Page can do is head this out of play. Another look at that chance in transition.
Couldn't quite get his foot in, but he gets the shot away. Martinez, but good save and no one following up.
I'm trying to think of some players across the league, and a few come to mind that are as good with the ball at their feet as Ariel Martinez.
Yeah, he's there, as you say, there's quite a few of those creative attacking number 10 type players. But he's certainly up there and has that goal threat as well, and obviously an important player, captain of the team, so you're suspecting there's probably some good leadership qualities there as well.
He spent 2020 with FC Tulsa, but Paul Dalglish saying being back in South Florida, he's a little bit closer to family. He's feeling a little bit more comfortable being in this sort of environment, and we're seeing it so far this season. 5 goals, 7 assists. He only had 2 goals a year ago with Tulsa. Do you feel like there's something to be said about playing at home or close to home surroundings?
Definitely, I think that always helps. I think if you've got family and friends around, if you've you know, got that familiarity, then that always helps. A lot of these players, of course, are playing far, far, far from home, and so they have to adapt. But if you can do it, definitely think it helps.
The referee will bring this back. Tried to play advantage, a yellow card. And we'll go to Danny Griffin. That's an important yellow card there, as he is just in front of that back line for the Riverhounds.
To the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, number 12, Danny Griffin. Yellow card is issued in the 45th minute.
And the last chance before halftime, Francois. A circle and keep this in. Will this be a free kick or a throw-in?
Free kick. I think this will be the last chance of the half, and it's a good opportunity. I'm sure the ball will come in the box. We've seen a lot of balls making its way all the way across the face of goal, no one getting a touch on it, so Miami will be looking to see if they can change that this time. See a few Pittsburgh fans just in the background there. It's fantastic to see people traveling so far to support their team. There's just so many passionate fans in the USL, and it's brilliant to see the distance they're going to come watch their team and get behind them is just almost unheard of, really.
Miami's got to be one of the better away days, to be fair, as Martinez sends this in. Vitiello able to make the catch. And that will bring the first 45 minutes to a close. Boy, was this an exciting first 45 minutes and 2 goals in the first 4 minutes.
It really was. It couldn't have got off to a better start, and it was really end-to-end stuff. I think before Pittsburgh could really celebrate their goal, Miami had equalized. And then it was back and forth, lots of chances, lots of opportunities. Miami maybe shading it a little bit as the half went on, but an exciting first half, and really looking forward to the second half now.
A lot on the line tonight in Miami, the fight for that second spot in this Atlantic Division. And so far, a goal apiece tonight from FIU Stadium. Started off with Forbes. 51 seconds later, Lamar Walker was able to equalize. Halftime is presented by Macron. It's Miami FC 1. It's Pittsburgh 1.
Time experience, really, honestly, and to really see how the quality that these players have, it's a blessing. I know for me and my teammates, we learned so much.
Man, it was an awesome day. I think it's a really good opportunity for our team to just see where we're at.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for them. It's definitely something that I wish I would have been able to do as a kid.
But we know that the level that we have to be at, these guys, they were stronger than us, faster than us, quicker than us, and we know that we can one day get to this level because this is a great learning experience for us.
We get to aspire to be that, and it also shows them that we're just regular players just like they are, you know? And, you know, we come from where they are.
Welcome back to halftime here in South Florida. This halftime brought to you by Macron. Shop the new 2021 at Miami FC Macron jersey collection at miamifc.com. So we are getting into the final month of the season. What is to come? We'll start with Miami FC in this fight for the second spot. They do have a game in hand on Pittsburgh, but they will be away from home for 3 out of the next 5.
Yeah, tough games in there as well, obviously Pittsburgh and Tampa. But that makes tonight's game just even more important. I think getting the right result tonight is key for both teams.
And of course, last time out against Loudoun, that big 6-1 win, they will head down to Virginia on the 10th. On the other side for Pittsburgh, 1 less game to play, so only 4 more to go, and they'll be at home along the river for 3 of those 4.
Yeah, and that's important. They've got a great record at home over the last few years, and they'll be looking to exploit that home advantage when they play those games again, away again against Miami FC coming up. But all tough games too.
Yeah, all 4 of those sides trying to get into the playoffs. Those last 2, the Battery and Hartford, might be on the outside looking in at the end of this season. So it is halftime here from FIU Stadium. The second half from South Florida is on the way.
Today, as you step onto the field, you step into your purpose. You step strong. You step hard. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
Hey y'all, can we change up the chores?
Sorry, it's up to the wheel, man.
Oh yeah?
Change the channel back.
Sorry, it's up to the wheel.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
He's after it again. Opino got the shot away. Jimmy McLaughlin, oh, sensational.
Cuts it back, Armando Moreno sticks it in, and Josh Suggs tucks it away. And the header, and it's saved by Tampakis.
Today, as you step onto the field, you step into your purpose. You step strong. You step hard. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
Halftime rolling on here from FIU Stadium. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Miami FC on this Saturday night. Let's look around the league at USL Championship news and notes. Phoenix Rising, the first to clinch a playoff spot. Their victory over Tacoma. And of course, Haji Berry just one goal away from tying that single season record. You know who holds the single season record?
Lancaster, I believe.
Lancaster, bang, you got it. And then, of course, the Clear Audio Player of the Week, Nico Brett for Birmingham. They also clinched a playoff spot last night in their win over SKC 2. A look at the team of the week, and of course is led by Nico Brett, Ariel Martinez, Billy Forbes on this list as well.
Yeah, fantastic players on that list, playing well at the moment. And Nico Brett's been a consistent goal scorer now in the USL Championship for a number of years, and he's coming on strong at the right time of the season for Birmingham.
And of course, another USL on ESPN game coming up tomorrow. Luz City will host New Mexico United, and then two more on ESPN Deportes. And we're seeing three of the top four teams pretty much in the league on this ESPN schedule.
Yeah, it's really an exciting time of the season for fans of the USL, fans of USL teams, for players, for coaches. This is where the rubber really hits the road, and all these games are really important. They all mean something, and they all have a big impact on the standings, which will long-term have an impact on who ends up being the overall champion.
Now, all those games have playoff implications. A look at the standings in this Atlantic Division. We thought it was going to be a fight for the fourth spot, and now we think it's going to be a fight just to get that home field advantage in that second spot.
Yeah, it's looking like the top four teams at the moment will make it into the playoffs. Obviously, nothing's done until it's mathematically impossible. But yeah, it's really a fight for that second spot, and you see Miami FC and Charlotte Independence both with games in hand, or one game in hand over Pittsburgh. But at the moment, Tampa are looking like the runaway leaders.
Yeah, they are looking good, of course, in the attack and defensively. So it's halftime here from Miami. The second half is on the other side.
This is a football city. From the grassroots to the turf. From the streets to the cleats. We are proud to represent this city. We are proud to represent Miami. We are proud to represent you. Your community, your club.
Getting set for the second half from FIU Stadium in Miami. It's been a good one so far through 45 minutes, 1-1. It's time to look at our first half highlights. And they are presented by Helbiz. And we'll start right off with the goals because they were the first things that happened in this game. 3rd minute, Kenardo Forbes.
Great pass, great strike from him. Found space right in the corner and lashed it into the top corner. There's no stopping that one.
And then 51 seconds later, we could have just kept it rolling as it goes all the way through. McFarland right over the top, and Walker was there to latch onto it and make it 1-1.
Yeah, Pittsburgh uncharacteristically being caught with one ball over the top. But a great finish in the bottom corner, and what a start to the game.
And the chances would keep on coming early in this first half. Forbes found himself in another scoring position.
Yep, Sparrow with a routine save, but it's a good strike, and Sparrow had a couple of those that were important in that early going.
And all these coming in the opening 15 minutes. That was when most of the scoring chances came, and this Francois couldn't find the finish.
Another good chance set up, but he was just in a little too early and couldn't get power on the finish.
And right at the end of the half, another good chance in transition, and it seems like that's where Miami's been at their best.
Yeah, 3v2 situation created there. Just couldn't get the angle on the shot. Couldn't quite find his foot in Martinez. But not far away with that one.
So Vitiello makes the save, and we go to halftime at 1-1. What have you made of this game overall? Do you feel like this is as even as maybe the stats will show or the score?
Yeah, I'm even a little surprised that Pittsburgh have got the advantage in possession, but of course it's very close. But no, it's a close game. It's all to play for. It's an exciting second half coming up, and let's hope we get a similar start to the one we did in the first half.
I will sign up for that. So we are just about set to go for the second 45 minutes. And of course, the second spot up for grabs in this game tonight. Look at the standings. And these are the live standings. So still that game in hand for Miami. If they can get the 3 points, they could overtake Pittsburgh then in that game in hand.
Yeah, the matchups between Miami and Pittsburgh down the stretch of these last few games is going to be crucial. But Charlotte in recent times have really been coming on strong. They've been on really good form. They've picked up a lot of wins, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. In a new stadium there, a renovated stadium, Memorial Stadium, downtown Charlotte. And they've got momentum too, so it's really hard to predict. But tonight's definitely important.
And of course, it will be Charlotte playing Loudoun tomorrow. There's a look at the Steel Army, or a few members from the Steel Army making the trip down here to Miami, Florida. As we said in the first half, it's got to be a fun away day coming down, spending the day here in South Florida.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure they'll spend more than a day as well. At least I would if I was coming all that way.
There you go. And an update from the Rowdies Charleston game. It's 2-1 to Tampa Bay, as the Rowdies have scored 2 unanswered, and the Battery really in a tough spot in terms of making the playoffs. So we are underway for this second 45 minutes from Miami, Florida with Martin Rennie. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. A great start to the first half, and as we start this second half, we'll see if we can find a winner in this one. Remember, Pittsburgh has yet to beat Miami over 2 previous games this season. Vitiello will distribute from the back. Cicerone. Williamson. Williamson lunged in there at the last second. AR waves the flag, and a free kick to Miami.
It looked like he'd poked the ball away there, but may have followed through with it as well.
Williamson, the loanee from San Jose Earthquakes. 12th pick out of Cal Berkeley in the Pac-12.
Yeah, good opportunity for him to get some playing time. And obviously the Riverhounds will be hoping he can find some form at this crucial time of the season.
He had the big assist for Alex Dixon's equalizer a week ago at home against Charleston. Remember, these two teams will still face off one more time this season, about 2 weeks' time here in Miami. So that fight for the second spot will come right down to the wire.
Yeah, you just got to look out for Charlotte, because with these teams playing each other, something's obviously got to give. And the form that Charlotte are on recently gives them a good chance as well. So sometimes you can be too focused on what's right in front of your face. There's other things going on, and this particular race is not between two teams, I don't think.
To be fair, Charlotte's schedule may be a bit more favorable. They play Loudoun twice and New York Red Bulls once.
There you go.
Here's Rovira.
You would really fancy Charlotte in those games, so don't be surprised if Charlotte sneak in there, and if they do, look out for them. They're really under the radar, but they're playing well.
Francois looking back in field, gets the cross away. Forbes for Lamar Walker. Now Martinez. Vitiello able to come off his line and make the catch. Here's Rovira.
There's the run that Pittsburgh Bob Lilly's looking for from Williamson. He just doesn't maybe have that blistering pace to stretch behind, and Chapman and Craig seem to be handling that pretty well, but I think probably Pittsburgh will be looking for Williamson. Make those vertical runs, stretch the play a little bit. That would then give more space in the midfield for people like Forbes, Cicerone to get on the ball and to create.
Rovira down the line for Cicerone.
Even in that situation, if Williamson would be making a run behind, it would open up just a little bit more space. He tends to want the ball to feet.
Dixon's cross deflected out of play. Corner kick coming for Pittsburgh, their first of this second half. They had 5 overall through the first 45 minutes.
Looking back a couple of years, Nico Brett was a guy that Bob Lilly had that was a really good number 9 for him, a guy who would stretch constantly, had great pace, good finisher, hard worker, obviously doing those things now for Birmingham Legion, but that's kind of the profile of what they're maybe looking for there, is that runner behind. And even if you've not got the blistering pace, at least the willingness to stretch the opponent.
Forbes sends this in. Craig was up to meet it.
Very good box defender, Patrick Craig. Finds the ball, the ball finds him, but it's because of his positioning. He does well in those situations.
Martinez was whistled for a handball. Pittsburgh get on with it quick. Forbes drives this in. Akinyode able to clear with a header.
Pittsburgh started the second half well, though. Pittsburgh going a little more direct now, trying to avoid that initial press.
Don't give him an option. Hey, and get in there. If he hits it, you win a second ball. You're just hanging out on the touch. Connect.
There are no secrets in what either side wants to do tonight.
No, there really isn't. Makes our job a little easier, doesn't it?
It sure does.
It's enjoyable just to listen and pick little things up here and there.
Francois looked like he touched that. AR
did, absolutely.
Signals for a throw-in.
And now it goes out of play. I guess say ball don't lie.
Well, I disagree with AR on 2 counts there. One, it looked like, well, the second one, certainly I didn't think the ball was out. So, yeah, anyway, as you say, worked out in the end. Oh, good play.
Good touches in tight spaces by Rovira. And it's Williamson leading the charge. Looking for the switch of play. It's Dixon! And just wide. Great move there from the Riverhounds.
What a ball from Williamson. That's a brilliant ball. Excellent angle, excellent weight. Probably if you wanted anyone on it, it would be Dixon. He just couldn't redirect it in the bottom corner, but that was a very dangerous moment there.
And as we've seen lately, on the half volley, on the full volley, Dixon can hit it.
Yeah, and he got there from that right wing back position as well, so good on him.
Rovira wins it back in a good area. Cicerone is closed down. And here comes Miami. Another transitional moment. This is where they thrive. It's Billy Forbes turning the corner. Forbes, and blocked out of play. Corner kick, Miami.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff there. Forbes really nice and wide now. That's what we were talking about in the first half. When he's that wide, it's really hard to get picked up by a back three. And obviously we've seen with Dixon being the right-sided player there, he's getting all the way forward into the Miami box. There's no way he can be back to defend that. So I think that extra width from Forbes and Francois potentially on the other side really could stretch that back three out a bit.
Lamar Walker stands over this for Miami. Driving it in, Peters redirects it. Picked up by McFarland. Splits the double team. McFarland rolls this across.
Excellent play on the wing there. Both teams defending set plays well, though.
Forbes.
Ooh.
Sparrow had to get that just right and did.
It was way off his line there. The ball's bobbled a couple times in the last few seconds there. The ball through, I think it was from Griffin, bobbled up just as he was about to hit it. And the same thing there, ending in a throw-in for Pittsburgh.
Closed down from behind and a whistle.
It is a free kick. He did play the ball, but he's come from behind and he's hooked the leg away. So the referee has to give the free kick there. No, challenge from behind is dangerous, but he does win the ball, but probably came through Akinyodi on the way. So good decision from the referee.
Wharton could not believe it. Good reaction there.
Nice pass out the back from Paco Craig there.
Martinez was in a tough spot, closed down by yellow shirts. Now Rovira. Martinez has to be careful.
He does, because he swung his elbow, I think accidentally, just a second ago. I think he caught Griffin in the face with it. Didn't get called on that, and immediately then fouls Rivera.
Forbes towards the back post area.
And whose head does it hit again?
Paco Craig.
In the box almost every time, it seems.
Dixon again, the header. He's out of play. Speedy Williams putting himself in a tough spot and concedes another corner.
Pittsburgh turning the screw here, though. Good ball, hung up, but well defended by Speedy Williams. Not the tallest guy, but Jumps really well, times his headers well. What are the odds on a Paco Craig header here?
I'd say pretty high. Forbes will need some depth on this to get it over Craig, who's there at the near post. He drives this in, and of course, it's out of play. It'll be a goal kick coming for Miami. Sparrow taking it quickly. Rivera.
Martinez playing a bit on the edge at the moment.
Cicerone. Griffin. A lot of space he was given. Dixon. His shot blocked down. Sparrow was able to keep that in play.
Sparrow did really well there. The ball was deflected. I didn't think he was going to get to it, but he did. It would have been for a corner if he hadn't got to it. Not sure that was necessarily the best decision from Dixon. A lot of numbers forward there, but good play from Pittsburgh, moving the ball side to side and creating chances. At the moment, Miami can't get out. Don't want to be giving away a foul there, though. Martinez has got his back to goal. He's under pressure. Do your best to keep him under pressure, but don't give a foul away, because now they're out.
Two subs coming on for Miami FC, Othello Baugh and Richie Ballard. It'll be Sion McFarlane and Janos Luba checking out.
Both fullbacks, so not sure if there'll be any change in formation, or maybe Luba isn't coming off. Let's see.
Well, maybe not. There was some confusion. Luba thought he was coming off.
I think it's maybe going to be Forbes, but I don't think Luba's coming off right now.
It's 7 that's coming off. Yes. Okay, 7. Come on.
Yeah,
No,
Billy
you could
Forbes.
hear it there from Paul Dalglish. It is Billy Forbes.
They gave the wrong information. Now you're set. Go ahead.
A little bit of confusion down there, but all worked out in the end. I think probably Paul Dalglish feels needs to do something to just shift the momentum slightly. I think McFarlane coming off. In all the confusion, I'm not 100% sure, but he did well getting an assist tonight.
So Baugh comes on for his 19th appearance, Ballard his 16th. Luba, fortunate deflection. Cristiano Francois in the middle. But Luba's shot or cross is out of play.
Has to be on the ground, has to be on the ground. And if he rolls it on the ground, it's a goal. That could have been an inspired substitution, his first involvement in a higher up position. He's got to pass it across the goal on the ground. And he's a guy who played for Red Bull for a while, and that was something they were consistently do, get into those wide positions, pass the ball across on the ground for runners coming in, and that was a missed opportunity there. But good run, good position. Final pass, not quite what we're looking for, or what Miami FC are looking for.
Past the hour mark, still locked at 1. Those 2 goals coming in the opening 4 minutes. Forbes for Pittsburgh and Walker for Miami.
Although we've not had more goals, it's still an exciting game. There's lots of action, both teams going at it. You just feel there's any moment you could see a goal coming in.
It won't be here though, as Forbes whistled to be offside.
Yeah, needs to be careful kicking the ball away though. Miami having a hard time beating the initial press from Pittsburgh. They're trying to go over it now and not really connecting. Those longer balls up to the type of forwards that Miami FC have aren't going to work because Pittsburgh very strong in the air, strong in the challenge. They need to try and get their midfielders on the ball. I think Martinez, Walker maybe need to try and come and get on the ball a little bit deeper than they are at the moment because it's all Pittsburgh.
And they win it back after it was Richie Ballard who conceded possession. He converted forward. That's where he played when he was in college at Indiana. And settling into that fullback position now.
Good play in midfield again from Griffin. He just goes around his work, or about his work quietly, but he does it very effectively.
Throw in here for Miami. Sounding like Pittsburgh will make their first couple of substitutions here in just a moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they look to try and get Dixon in a more attacking position. He's one of their most dangerous players, and he's got that ability to run behind the back line. And I think he could do that a bit more effectively from a slightly more central or at least higher up position. So maybe there'll be a change that would involve that. But other than that, Pittsburgh are in the ascendancy. They're doing pretty well. They won't want to change too much, but just trying to maybe add a little bit more focal point.
It's given away. Slip through it. Cicerone off the post. Tried to curl that through. Dixon keeps it alive to the end line. Williamson lets this bounce, and that did him in. And now Ballard leads the break. Forbes tracking back, trying to get this out wide for Luba.
Cicerone does brilliantly on this. Could he have squared it across the goal for Wharton and it would have been a tap-in? Hard to argue with him. He scored a lot of goals this season, but just out of your picture, Wharton was wide open. But that's the, see him there coming in at the last second there. But Cicerone, that's what he really thrives off, is that left channel, cutting inside on his right foot. And he's really inches away from putting his team in the lead there.
Francois collides with Vitiello. And Vitiello did enough. And Pittsburgh able to clear it away.
Good goalkeeping there, because that's a big chance. See, here's an example where that ball goes forward. Although it's a clearance, Williamson's not there. Is there a chance maybe to get a Dixon or someone like that higher up there? Pittsburgh really in their 5-2-3 formation, which really most of the time they are. It often looks a little different, or players are in different positions, but it generally tends to settle down to a 5-2-3. Looks like Wharton's more on the right now, Dixon more in the center, maybe just the way it's happened in this play, but might be something to look out for.
It's wide for Williamson. Cuts in field. Williamson curling towards the back post. It's Forbes, his second goal on the night, and he gives Pittsburgh the lead back.
And I think that's what Williamson's really good at, is he comes off the line and he plays those dangerous passes. More of a number 10 than an out-and-out number 9, but that's a great angled ball. And Forbes again, just showing just how valuable he is. to this Pittsburgh team. It's a good header, but they were queuing up at the back post. And to be fair, that goal's been coming. Pittsburgh, since the start of the second half, have been really on top. That's a great ball. Downward header. Must be close for offside, that though. Certainly by the time he gets to the ball, he looks well offside, but hard to tell from the angle that we have. But he's not asking any questions.
And a couple of subs will be made as well. Luis Perez, Anthony Velarde, both coming on for Pittsburgh. Tommy Williamson will be one of those coming off, so his last touch of the game, a brilliant assist.
It really was, really was. I think his second assist since he joined on loan from San Jose Earthquake, so good return for him.
And one sub for Miami. It is Lamar Walker coming off. And Junior Palacios checking in. The other person coming off for Pittsburgh, Todd Wharton. So all of a sudden, Pittsburgh back on top. You'd have to say that goal with the run of play. They were really on the attack for most of this second half, and finally they get one to pay off.
Absolutely, yep.
For Canardo Forbes, now up to 5 goals on the season, and that is a career high in goals. Previously, he had 4 goals in 2018 and 2019, respectively, both of those years. This year, though, a career high with 5 and counting.
Yeah, if he continues to play in that slightly further forward role that Bob Lilly was mentioning, then I think he'll get more goals down the stretch here, because once he's in those positions, he seems to do well with his finishing.
Ball played through Cicerone, and Sparrow did well to win that back.
Yeah, Cicerone's moved into that central striking position vacated by Williamson. And Dixon's moved to the left.
Martinez controls. Martinez! Blocked out a play. Jelani Peters sliding in. Corner kick, Miami FC.
What a great block. Great block. Peters has done well tonight. He's done well 1v1 against Francois, which isn't easy, but he came across great time in there, put his body on the line, made a great block. Very important block too.
That's Martinez who will swing in this corner kick now. Didn't get it by the first man. To Othello Baugh. Back for Martinez, who got himself onside. Baugh. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent and helping players transition to their USL senior teams. For more information, visit usl-academy.com.
Big 20 minutes coming up for both teams here. Big implications for playoffs. Not so much for getting into the playoffs, but certainly for positioning, which is so important.
These two teams will play head-to-head one more time, 2 weeks, right here in Miami again.
Miami. It's really all Pittsburgh right now, though, isn't it? The whole second half, they've really controlled the game.
Forbes. Sitting on a hat trick right now, Canardo Forbes. In for Dixon. Clips this up, the header is on the wrong side of the post. Cicerone.
Dixon in a more dangerous position now, as we talked about, more central, a little bit closer to the goal. Cicerone right up there on the last man. He's had a couple chances already in that position.
Akinyote trying to fit that through. Vitiello retrieves.
Yeah, as things stand, you just don't see an easy way back into this game for Miami FC. Obviously, with one goal in it, anything can happen, but they're going to have to do something just to turn the tide a little bit here.
Fortunate to get a whistle there as Othello Ba was pushed.
Yeah, a little bit harsh there. Pittsburgh, once they get into that deep defensive block with the back five and 2 or 3 midfielders in front, then they're hard to break down. Got big bodies that can deal with the set plays, and Miami really are most dangerous when there's a little bit of space behind.
Martinez is taken off the ball. Well, this has been quite a run for Miami FC. Just 1 loss in their last 11, 6-1-4 over those games, and only 2 losses in their last 17. And that has really propelled them up these standings and into the position they are now, fighting for the 2nd spot. Felt like back in August, it was basically Tampa and Pittsburgh, but Miami has no doubt put themselves in a great position along with Charlotte.
Get it, Connor! Get it, Connor! Outside, Junior! Stay calm! Go right back. Bob, next one. They ready? On the next one.
Pittsburgh preparing a couple of more substitutions. And they'll make those subs here. It'll be Jalen Robinson along with Preston Kilwine coming on.
Number 6, Jalen Robinson. He replaces
the defenders.
7,
Alex Dixon will come off along with Danny Rivera.
Preston Kilwine. He replaces number 4, Danny Rivera. Substitutions taking place in the 75th minute.
There's a few players in the Pittsburgh team that can play in a few positions, so it's easy enough for them to change it around in the midfield or even at that front area. But a lot of solid defenders coming on, and going to be hard to break down. As I said, Miami FC need to come up with something a little bit different.
Palacios will have to turn back. Chapman Page. And all the way back for Sparrow. Misplayed. Pittsburgh nearly in, if not for Akinyote stepping in.
What a chance that was, because Cicerone had loads of space to run into because he was being played onside by the trailing defender. I think it was Chapman.
Othello Ba, advantage being played. Perez gets pushed from behind. Ballard commits the foul and a free kick for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, clock just running down. Although there's a long way to go here, it's just one of those games where it's like the clock just seems to be disappearing without really any chances coming along, certainly for Miami. And at the moment, Pittsburgh are the most likely, I think, to get another goal, because as Miami have to, oh, could have been a handball there. But as Miami have to come out more, there's going to be chances on the counter-attack for Pittsburgh, and it's going to be interesting to see if they could take one of those if it comes along.
Long over the top for Francois. Francois again. Now Akinyode. Luba. Cycle it around again. Nothing doing there on that attack again. Join USL in celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month through October 15th. Visit uslsoccer.com/Hispanic-Heritage for exclusive content and stories that celebrate members of the Hispanic community that have shaped the USL. Cicerone. Cuts in field. Cicerone trying to find an angle to shoot. Now gets the pass away. It's Griffin. That did take a deflection out for a corner kick.
Cicerone again looking to get it on his right foot. I think he was really looking for a runner there that he could square the ball to. There wasn't one coming, so he had to hold it longer. Laid it back to the edge of the box, and now a corner kick, which again, chance for Pittsburgh, but also runs more time off the clock. And you know, this is the kind of pivotal game that can be the difference between hosting a playoff game or going on the road for a playoff game, and that can make all the difference when it comes to getting past that first round.
The in-swinger. And the two subs coming on, Adonijah Reed, along with Pierre De Silva, will be entering the final subs of the night. Ariel Martinez will be coming off, and so will Janos Luba. Now he is told to come off.
Adonijah Reed's an interesting player. He's got great ability, good footwork, good speed. He's the kind of guy that can unlock a team if he gets the ball in the right area. Still a young player, maybe a little inconsistent, but definitely someone who can make a difference. But to get him on the ball, Miami FC need to somehow get some possession in midfield to play through the lines a little bit to try and have some decent possession. You see the line that Pittsburgh are starting their pressure at, and they need to somehow get behind that midfield line to then create a chance. At the moment, it's going side to side and long, but very difficult to get the ball in between that back line and that midfield line at the moment. And whenever they do, Pittsburgh drop really quickly and force them back again. It's good defending, it's good team play from Pittsburgh.
Here is Reed. Akinyode. De Silva. Just onto the field for Miami. Othello Ba. So many yellow jerseys back defending. Palacios. For Francois. Against Kilwine. And touchdown to play for a throw-in.
Yeah, Pittsburgh very compact. Small distances between the players. Very hard to break a team down once they're in that kind of shape. They're well coached, they're well drilled. This is an important part of their game. When they have to see games out, they usually do it pretty well, but it's going to be an important 9 minutes, 8.5 minutes plus stoppage time.
Palacios, deflected ball in. Cleared away.
Pittsburgh just don't really have that outlet. I think with the way they're playing, if they had that out-and-out number 9 with pace to get behind a Nico Brett, Dane Kelly type player that's done well in the USL, hey, Hadji Barry, if you could have him,
yeah,
then they would be a real contender. I'm not saying they're not, but I think they'd be much more dangerous if they had that just out ball in situations like this. Then they could have Cicerone and Dixon and Forbes and guys like that playing off a striker like that. But those guys are hard to find, and I think both teams really don't have that out-and-out number 9 that can be the focal point, that can stretch the opposition, and that can get goals.
Francois able to turn upfield. Adonijah Reed. Square ball. It's Othello Ba! A rocket! He equalizes for Miami!
Well, Adonijah Reed really was the key there. Told you he's a very talented player, lots of ability. Gets the ball down there and finds a pass that seemed like no one else saw. And what a strike from Ba. It didn't look like it was coming because there's not really been many opportunities at all for Miami. Pittsburgh have been defending well, but it comes down to this pass from Adonijah Reed. Look at that ball. The touch and the strike from Ba. Came out of nowhere, and it also goes back to the point of that switching the play in the final third. That's when you can get the opponent unbalanced. That's when Pittsburgh maybe are slightly stretched, and that's one of the first times they've done it. They did it well, and they got a great reward from it. Excellent goal. And listen, coaches have to make big decisions on substitutions, and you look there with Paul Dalglish, 2 of his substitutions have come together to score that equalising goal. So it's an exciting end to the game, just like it was an exciting start to this game.
Othello Ba's 4th goal of the season, presented by Helbiz. And of course, we're right back where we started, level at 2.
Yeah, these are 2 evenly matched teams. Hard to separate them.
You were saying they needed something special.
Yep.
That was something special.
Yeah, and I had that feeling that Adonijah Reed's the kind of guy who could come on when legs are a bit tired and do something like that, but I'm more looking or expecting him to be someone taking people on. But that vision that he showed and the weight and angle of his pass was perfect.
Here's Ba again. Francois waits in the middle. Chapman Page had to slide in and get that, and he did. Francois. The convergence of yellow shirts.
Substitution for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Little shift in momentum now for after that goal.
It'll be Ezra Armstrong coming on, replacing Jelani Peters.
Substitution taking place in the 86th minute.
That is the final sub of the match for Pittsburgh.
Ezra Armstrong from a very famous U.S. soccer family. His dad, Desmond Armstrong, standout player for the United States national team. Played in the World Cup 1990, Italia, and actually made it onto the World 11 team.
Did he?
Following that World Cup, yeah. Amazing player, great guy. And Ezra, fantastic young man, good player, solid left-sided guy, good athlete.
Here's Akinyote for Speedy Williams. De Silva. Ba, and he committed a foul. I'll revisit the stat of Pittsburgh scoring first, 12-1-3 on the season. 2 of those 4, which they didn't get the full 3 points against this Miami side. And looking at Now 3 out of 5 if Pittsburgh cannot find a winner, as they were the ones to score first.
You just get the feeling there's another goal in this game.
You do.
Always hard to predict that, but it just doesn't seem like it's over yet.
Pittsburgh's had a thing for late goals. There's a giveaway. Speedy Williams.
Yeah, Ezra, since he's come on, a couple giveaways. He's just got to get to the pace of the game quickly. It's so hard coming on as a substitute, in a defensive position.
Reed. There's the shot, but it's right at Vitiello. Williams.
Keep going, well done. Go, Bolu. Come up here.
Miami just hoping some of those fresh legs can pressure this back line of Pittsburgh as they're playing through.
Yeah, the challenge that Pittsburgh have now as they've defended deeper and deeper is they don't really have that outlet, that pace through the middle to just get them out with one ball. And then the ball's coming back on top of them quite a lot.
And the referee will blow for the foul as Palacios then won that back. The foul was away from the ball. Pittsburgh will go quick, and here is Armstrong. Towards the top of the area. Griffin. Played through for Armstrong to the end line, trying to stand this up to the back post, headed back into the middle, and Chapman Page able to head it away.
Well, Ezra Armstrong did brilliantly there, but now it's going the other way.
Here's Francois. Reed calling for it. It goes through. It's Pierre da Silva! Miami leads for the first time tonight, and it could be a winner in South Florida.
What a goal, and it's that transition moment. It didn't look like this 10 minutes ago, but what a great goal to finish the game off. It's again on that right side of the Pittsburgh back three. Use of the width. Da Silva keeps that width, he retains the width. Perfect ball across, and what a finish. Francois, I really think he's been the man of the match tonight for Miami. He's just been a constant danger, and he's put over a great assist there. Da Silva couldn't have finished it any better. What a big, big 3 points if that's what it ends up being. Look what it means to him, what it means to them. They know this time of the season, every point is crucial. Every win just worth so much more. And I'm looking up at the scoreboard to see 2 minutes of stoppage time, and I can't believe it's only 2 minutes of stoppage time.
That
goal, and I'm sure Pittsburgh can't either.
That goal presented by Helbiz, and we're into 2 minutes of Miami FC Youth Academy stoppage time.
But the officials can't make mistakes like that on the stoppage time. There's been 3 goals in the second half. There's been, I would say, what, 9, 10 substitutions?
There have been 10 substitutions.
10 substitutions and 3 goals, and there's 2 minutes of stoppage time.
I assume we'll get a little bit more now.
Right, but still, that should be at least 4 or 5. It couldn't be 6 or 7. Some of the substitutions were together.
Challenge put in by Cicerone, and he will earn a yellow card.
Yeah, dangerous challenge there, but I think Paco Craig's going to be fine, and he's going to take his time, take the time off the clock. Probably won't let the physio come on. He knows what he's doing. Although, if he does get treatment because of the yellow card, he doesn't have to go off the field. What a turnaround.
No kidding.
The first 35 minutes of the second half was all Pittsburgh. And then they made these changes. They put on more and more defenders. They dropped a little bit deeper. They didn't have an outlet. Look how it's changed.
Sparrow will just send this all the way downfield. Well, it was Miami FC coming from behind in the last meeting between these two sides. And it finished by the same score of 3-2 that we are at now. Will there be a change to that scoreline, though, in these last few seconds? Who knows how much longer there is now. The ball was put in play after that 90-minute mark at about 90-20, so we're technically through the 2 minutes now, and how much time is left as this is a goal kick?
Yeah, again, I'm baffled that there's 2 minutes of stoppage time, but if that's the case, then we're probably expecting the final whistle here. And we said it just a few minutes ago, it didn't feel like the scoring was over. We were right about that. There goes the final whistle.
And that is it from Miami. Pierre da Silva's goal is the winner, and Miami, for the second time this year, are winners over Pittsburgh.
Your final score.
Well, what a game. From the first to the last, all action, 5 goals. Excellent play. Forbes has scored 2 goals away from home, and he's come off on the losing team.
Pierre da Silva, our Helbiz man of the match. Can't argue with that, the game-winning goal tonight.
Well, for me, it was Francois. He was there the whole game. He was giving it from start to finish. But, yeah, fair play to da Silva. He got the decisive goal. Came from an assist from Francois. But what a game. Pleasure to be here calling it with you, Josh, and hopefully the fans at home enjoyed it too.
No doubt about that. We will come back and wrap things up. It finishes Miami 3, Pittsburgh 2.
Tickets are on sale at MiamiFC.com.
Back to wrap things up from FIU Stadium here in Miami. Miami 3, Pittsburgh 2. What a 90 minutes it was. Let's go back and revisit the full 90 minutes with our full-time highlights presented by Helbiz. And of course, the scoring got started early, 3rd minute. Dixon to Forbes, 1-0 Pittsburgh.
Yeah, great ball from Dixon. Brilliant finish from Forbes, and what a start to the game. As I said, looking forward to this game all day today, and it did not disappoint. Straight from the kickoff, Miami go up the other end and find a great equalizer.
51 seconds in between goals. Lamar Walker with the finish.
Yeah, ball over the top. Pittsburgh will be disappointed that they didn't defend that better. The right side of their back three there being undone, but what a great finish in the bottom corner.
And then comes second half. Would be some chances coming for Pittsburgh. This one, Cicerone off the post.
Yeah, he was dangerous all night. Loves cutting in on that right foot and was so unfortunate there.
And then just a couple of minutes later, Williamson, this was his final touch of the ball. The assist to Forbes, 2-1 Pittsburgh.
Yeah, questionable whether that was onside, but good timing on the run if it was, and a great ball from Williamson. Excellent downward header. And then Ajanaya Reid coming on as a sub. What a brilliant ball across the top of the box to Ba, the other sub, with a fantastic strike. And I thought, well, there's still going to be a goal. We talked about it, Josh. There's going to be another goal, and it's again from right to left. Da Silva composed and finishes in the bottom corner. All 3 goals coming from that right-hand side of the Pittsburgh back three, and 2 of them coming from that switch of play in the final third, which unbalanced the defence of Pittsburgh. And resulted in fantastic finishes and good goals. And what a night for Miami, putting them in a great position as we come up towards the end of the season.
No doubt. Look at the full-time stats and final thoughts here from Miami.
Very close game. I would, if you'd asked me, probably the 70th minute, even the 75th minute, who's going to be the winner here? It definitely seemed to me like Pittsburgh. But as the last 15 minutes, even 10 minutes came, Miami managed to find a way where they couldn't find a way before. And in the end, what a great night for them. And they'll be playing Pittsburgh pretty soon at home again. And I hope I get to call that one too.
2 weeks' time, these two teams will meet up once more here in Miami. What a 90 minutes. A fast start, a fast finish, and plenty of fun play in between. That does it for our coverage tonight from FIU Stadium. For our entire crew and broadcast partner Martin Rennie, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long from Miami. It finishes Miami FC 3, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 2. Good night from Miami.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.